Doop-a-doop-a-doo, how are you and who are you when you're by yourself? Really interesting question, particularly when it comes to self-esteem and self-confidence, because a lot of people share with me that they've got big dreams and big goals and things that they want to achieve in their life. But is it possible that your self-esteem holds you back, the way you feel about yourself? So the question is, who are you when you're by yourself? Do you like the person you are? Would you like to be friends with that person? Do you respect that person? Are they honest? Do you want to have them in your life? And very personal questions to ask about yourself. But ultimately, what other people do is none of our business. What other people think about us is none of our business. It's what we think of ourselves that's really important, which of course comes from what we think, what we do, the way we act. So if nobody's watching, but what if they were? So the way you speak to yourself, if you make a mistake, do you yell and scream at yourself and swear? Or do you say, I made a mistake, I need to fix that and move on? If you have somebody really special in your life, would you treat them badly, yell and scream at them, swear at them and say horrible things about them if they made a mistake? I hope the answer is no. But the same question is you. Do you need to love you? Are you the most important person in your life? Because if you're not, how can you help then other people to have a great life? And more importantly, how can we expect people to like us and respect us if we don't like and respect ourselves? And does that come from the person you are when nobody's watching? So how do you treat yourself? How do you think about other people? Not treat other people when they're not there, but what are you thinking about other people when they're not there? And if those thoughts were broadcast, would you be happy for people to hear the way you speak about other people or what you think about other people? Judgment of other people is a really interesting thing, and we often are very careful about what we say when we're around other people. But what do we say about people when it's just you and your headspace? And I ask those questions because I would love everybody to be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that they love, be financially free and have great people in their life. But is it possible for all of those to happen that you have to like who you are and feel like you deserve them? And a lot of people share with me they don't feel like, and this is just an interesting one being an exercise coach all of my life, Rowie, I don't know if I deserve to have a great body. One of the things I feel that, I eat crappy food and I don't exercise because I don't feel like I deserve to be healthy, fit and strong. I'm just sharing with you some things that people have shared with me that if you don't like who you are, that could be holding you back from all of the great things that you want to do with your life. If you don't like who you are and you don't think you're good enough, then you probably won't apply for a career position that you love, or you probably won't open up a business because you think that you can't do it because you don't like who you are. So how do we get to like who we are? And is that the person, not that we're trying to impress the world with, but the person that we live with 24/7 inside our own head? Who are you when nobody's watching? And should that be something that we're really conscious about? Often when we're out and about, we're conscious about how we dress and how we hold ourselves and what we say and what we do. And when we're by ourselves, we don't care. A lot of people share with me, well, I burp and I fart and I swear and I carry on when I'm by myself because nobody's watching. And maybe that doesn't matter. But if you don't like who you are when you're by yourself, how can we possibly expect other people to like us and respect us? And I'm going to keep asking that question because I'm perplexed on a daily basis. And I use this example. Most people that I meet and that I get to work with, they have all the ingredients to be healthy, fit and strong, to have a career or business that they love, to be financially free and to have great people in their life. It's like a great meal. All the ingredients are sitting on the table ready to be cooked. But to have a great meal, you then there's a method to doing that. You have to have there's some things that you have to do. It doesn't matter how good the ingredients are. If you want to create a great meal, you have to be able to put those things together, the method of the recipe, not just the ingredients. And I often wonder, is it that the person who's got the ingredients doesn't believe that they can do the thing that they want to do? They can't create the great meal, so they just don't do it. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. I'm too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, too ugly. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough education. And they're all the things that we say to ourselves inside our own head. Now, somebody else might have said them to you, but you don't have to take them on board. And that's a really important thing. If somebody's nasty to you, if they're negative to you, if they treat you badly, if they say things to you, you don't have to take them on board. You don't even have to listen if you don't want to. Isn't that awesome? Now, our human brain will take the information in, but we can actually say, that's not true, I'm not going to believe it. Or even better, I'm not going to have those people in my life, because I want to have the life that I want to have, and not have people that tell me that I can't do it. And if I have negative influences constantly bombarding my brain, I might take some of that stuff on board. And again, I observe that every day. People who have a dream and a goal, but then somebody else in their life says, you can't, it's not possible, it won't work for you. And they believe that person because their self-belief is not strong enough. Now, one of the things I always share with self-belief is you don't actually know you can do something until you go and do it. But that's a conversation you've got to have inside your own head. Somebody might tell you that you can't, but you have to overcome that and say, well, how can I? Doesn't matter what other people say, I'm going to give it a crack, I'm going to do it. So here's a very personal question again. Who are you when you're by yourself? Do you like who you are? Do you respect yourself? Do you look in the mirror and love what you see? And if the answer to any of those is no, do you need to change that? And that's not a conversation to have with somebody else. A lot of people say, well, I'll get a guru to help me, or a social media influencer to help me, or I'll go to a psychiatrist, or I'll go to the doctor, or I'll join a gym. Somebody can help me do all of those things. But ultimately, isn't it a decision that we have to make inside our own head? This is the life that I want to have. Now, how can I have it? And I can only do that myself. It's not going to fall out of the sky in a pretty pink box. Now, the sky today is awesome. We've got snow on the mountains, and it's a misty, scary day, and I just love it. And I'm by myself. So if you're by yourself today, could it be a great opportunity to, inside your head, decide what you want your life to look like? And then rather than I can't do that, create that how can I? What's the method I have to use? I've got the ingredients. Every human being has the opportunity, has the gift, has the talent, has the skill to go and do whatever they want to. And the behavioural scientists will share that with us openly. Doesn't matter if you can't do something. If you go and learn, train, educate, and do something for 1,000 hours, you can get good at it, even if you're not good at it. But there's the question that I always ask. What are you really passionate about? What are you good at? What's your skill? What's your talent? What's your genius? And you have one, because we all have one. Every single human being's got one. And then this really cool question, what would you do for free? If you were financially free and you didn't have to work, what would you do so you didn't get bored? And that the reason for that is the behavioural scientists again and the psychiatrists will share with us that if you don't have a purpose to get up, then you don't feel like getting up. You need to have a reason to get up. What's your purpose in life? So what would you do for free? Even if you were financially free and you didn't have to work, what would you do to excite you? What lights you up? What are you passionate about? And if you work that through in your own head without listening to the noise from other people saying you can't do it, maybe it's time to get yourself by yourself, have a great conversation with yourself and say, what do I want my life to look like and how can I do that? Now, the beautiful thing is, and I have this conversation almost every day, when you work out what you want to do and why you want to do it, why it's important to you, the how is easy. That's what we do here at the Max International Colleges. That's what Romax is all about. Once you know what you want to do and why you want to do it, the how is easy. Now, it's easy for me to say that, and you might not believe that, but I'm sharing that with you because I've worked with literally thousands of people and researched and studied excellence all of my life. And the how really is simple. You just have to decide what it is that you want to do, why you want to do it, and then the method for doing it is very, very simple. So I would love you to live your life to the max. And why do I care about that? Because I live in a world with lots of grumpy, miserable, negative, nasty people. There's a lot of those, have you noticed? And I think maybe that people have become that way because they don't like who they are when they're by themselves. So they surround themselves with other people. And then unfortunately, there's lots of other people that are negative and nasty. So we've gone into a downward spiral of negativity. And I just don't want that for our world. Now, I can't change the world. I can only change what I do. And you can change what you do. So if you want to live your life to the max, is it time to decide, who am I when I'm by myself? And I'm going to like who I am when I'm by myself. I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to have a healthy, fit, strong body that I can live in and be proud of, and it helps me do all the things that I want to do. I'm going to have a career or business that I love, or what I do to create a living for myself is going to be something that I'm really passionate about, That, of course, will create financial freedom. And then how about this? I'm not going to have nasty, negative, disrespectful people in my life. That is a choice. And we get to decide exactly how we want to live our life. And is it time to live your life the way you want to live it? Live your life to the max. Who are you when you're by yourself? And is it time to love that person and respect that person? What a great question. I'd love you to sing every day like I do. Super duper doo, how are you? I am simply amazing and love my life because I love being by myself. Woo!